Okay, here we go, learning how to play the Devil's Dream. I'm covering the first introduction here, the first measure or so. We're going to go up to fourth position, so right here's the fourth fret, and we're going to start with the 1 and 2 fingers. So we're in fourth position with fingers 1 and 2, because we're just bouncing back and forth between the open and the 4th and 5th fret. Now the reason why we want to use 1 and 2 is because we're going to be playing this very fast eventually, and we want to have the 1st and 2nd finger ready to go instead of like 3 and 4 to play that. So we're going to shift all the way up to 4th position, and we start on the open, and then we have the open, and then some 8th notes with the 5th and the 4th fret. So that's all we need to do for the first little bit, the first little section, as outlined in the diagram that you can see. We just start in the open, and then we play 5-4. Then we end on that open right there. And we're using 1 and 2 to do that. All right, so the next section that I'll put up on screen here is moving down more into the regular position. Now what we're gonna do is after we finish the first section, we're gonna slide down here into the second section into second position and still use fingers 1 and 2. And this is gonna be crucial to set up this little B minor arpeggio that we have in the middle. You can see, we'll see in just a minute. So again, I'm starting out here. Now I'm gonna use that open string to shift it down to here. I play the next 4 notes in second position, using again 1 and 2. That's going to help me set up for the third section here in just a minute. So we want to make sure you start with 1 and 2 in the 4th and 5th. Then we slide down using the open string as the advantage, and we play the next 4 notes in second position. Okay, so if I put that together in one section. Now, this next little part, as you can see from the tabs, it says to hold the chord. So we want to hold this B minor, and it's basically, in music, we call that an arpeggio. Now, to get to that B minor, we're going to use that second position that we just did, those first 4 notes. And we're going to do what I call the build and hold method. So we're not necessarily going to start trying to get right to the B minor. We're going to build that one note at a time. We kind of start in the middle, the first, and then finally the third finger here. And so we build and hold, or we put the fingers down and we hold them after we have played them. So instead of trying to play the notes like this and then trying to get the chord and play it, what we're going to do is we're going to play those notes as we need them. And then I continue to hold them to finish the arpeggio. Okay, so let's look at that in slow motion. All right, and then we have kind of just one more section to finish out. I'll put that up on screen now, block that out. After we finish the B minor arpeggio, we have 4 notes, and then we're going to go back to here. So after the B minor arpeggio, we play through this. Our pinky is right there, and then the 3, 1, and then again we have an open string, which puts us back to here. Same idea, 1 and 2. And then just like before, we're going to go to second position to finish out this section of the song. So let's do those sections. I'll break that apart. Here we go, section 1, 1 and 2. Now shift down to second position, play the next 4 notes. Now we're already there, we're gonna build and hold the B minor chord. Then we finish, we play the next 4 notes. We're right there in second position already. Back to 4th. Then we go back to second position to finish the song. Now we don't necessarily have to finish the the last part in second position, but I usually just do it for consistency. We could play for consistency, I like to have just to do it in that second position anyways. So there's section A of the Devil's Dream. All right, to do section B, we really only have to learn 2 more measures. You can look at the beginning of section B, it says hold the chord already from the beginning. This is a partial A chord. So we don't need all 3 fingers of the A chord, we only need strings 2 and 3 of the A chord. I prefer to use 1 and 2 for these fingers. You could use 2 and 3, there's no reason to use 3 and 4. So either 2 and 3 or 1 and 2 is my preferred method. And so I'm kind of starting section B. I can kind of do the build and hold from before. We talked about I can put this one down and then this one, but most people can put usually both of these fingers down at the same time. So pretend we're coming off section A, we have the little pickup note right before letter B, and we put those fingers down, and then we play arpeggio. And that's really the only thing we have to learn for section B, because the rest of it, we have those 4 notes from this first part. Goes back to the B minor, same procedure, same technique, that build and hold. Then we play those 4 notes like before, back to the A chord, or partial A. Then this end is exactly the same as the section A ending. So once again, we start with this partial A chord, both fingers in the 2nd fret, have our arpeggio. Then we play those 4 notes leading to the B minor in 2nd position. Then we again build and hold the B minor, just like before. Then we come out of the arpeggio, except this time instead of going back to B minor, we go to A. Then we finish out with our notes in 2nd position. All right, let's go ahead and do the Devil's Dream straight through without stopping, and then you can observe how this is played with the left hand. The only thing I'm going to skip this time is the repeat. So I'll just do it straight through. 1, 2, 3. Section B. And there's the Devil's Dream completed.